Yeah, no, I mean, I think the axe is first and foremost, most important part of this game. Um, there's so much history that goes into this game. There's so much. Well, I guess yeah. Sorry, there's so much history that goes in this game, and just so many people that have come before us, and we want to have a lot of respect for that. And the best way to have respect for the rivalry is by preparing your tail off and practicing hard, and then go and giving it everything that you got. And then further than that, I think it just means a lot to our seniors, guys that are about to play their last game in Camp Randall, and want to send those guys off the right way. They mean so much to this program. They've given so much to this program, and so it would mean everything to us to be able to win this game and keep that axe and extend our season.
When you look at Minnesota defensively, Chris Parrish at safety seems to be there. Jack of all trades going all over the defense. When you have somebody like that on defense, how much do you have to identify them pre-snap, or do you kind of just have to trust what you guys are doing and kind of ignore what they're doing?
Yeah, who are you asking?
Parrish, the safety.
Yeah. The freshman. Yeah. No, he's a good player. Good player. Got to be aware of where he's at. But I just think they're a solid group overall. They make a lot of plays, and they force a lot of turnovers. So protecting the football is going to be one of the primary emphasis for us. We're going to have to play really physical to be able to run the ball. As you guys know, to win in this league, you have to be able to perform and do it in the trenches. And so, luckily for us, we've got a really, really tough and nasty O line that's played really well all year. And I don't expect anything different on Friday. And I'm looking forward to being out there with those guys. They present some challenges. They're a good team. But excited about our plan, excited about our prep, and excited to compete.
Now that Bryson's back, how does he help you out as a quarterback? Just his big body and ability to go up and get it.
Yeah, I think you guys saw on last Saturday how he can help us out. Just a threat, a downfield threat for us, kind of a guy to go along with Vinny's ability that helps us just to take off that deeper third of the defense. And so, anytime that you can have a big physical body that can make catches like that in the red zone, but also just make plays all over the field, it's going to be a huge asset. He's been a huge asset for us, and so we need to continue to focus balls to him.
Chico's talked about a few times how he introduces the rivalries of this program, especially for newer guys. And what does that look like in camp, or when you guys talk about it in the spring? Like, what do those presentations kind of look like?
Yeah, no, I mean, we have designated rivalry nights during camp, which I think is a really cool part of our program. Something that I really love and value that Coach Fickle does. And it's just kind of a time to really focus in on something that means so much to not only our program, but former players and just our state. Our state as a whole. And so, he'll introduce it. A lot of times there's videos or kind of other players sending us videos talking about what it means to them, things like that. And so maybe guys that have been in this rivalry for a few years now will get up and speak, and we'll actually, watch a little bit of the opponent and just, look at kind of, where they're at and not necessarily start a prep, but, just familiarize yourself with that opponent. And, like I said, that starts in August. And so, for us, it really puts an emphasis on the importance of the game and that it's not just any other game. I mean, this game is everything to our program, and it just everything is heightened this week and in this game.
How do you feel the offense was able to adapt without an offensive coordinator last week?
Yeah, I mean, I think we did. I think we did pretty well overall. I would say that we were able to move the ball pretty consistently all afternoon. Really just proud of our guys for being able to adapt, and handle, the huddle procedure. And, we really managed the clock pretty well. I don't know if we had a delay of game all day. And so, I thought the guys did a great job. I thought everybody was really honed in and focused to kind of hearing the call. When you're used to getting signals, people don't understand that it's kind of difficult to go from that to having to listen and see it in your head. And so guys did a great job of adapting, and I think that it translated to the game on Saturday and translated to our success.
I know a lot of times at the beginning of the year, you're talking about the jump between week 1 to week 2. I mean, Nebraska's offense had that with Holgerson against USC and then you guys. Just what do you think the jump could be now that you guys have gone through an actual game atmosphere and whatnot? Come up against the rivalry game come up on Friday.
That's a good question. I don't think that that's something that I have put a lot of thought into or really focused on at all because, of the magnitude of this game. This is a one-game playoff for us. Our backs are against the wall, along with the fact that it's for the Axe and it has so much. There's so much that goes into it. So, I don't think that anybody's thinking about, making a jump from last week. You'd want to get better every day. You want to get better every week, but this week is solely about doing whatever it is we can do to win the game. It doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't matter how ugly it is or how great it is. As long as we have one more point than them at the end of the game on Friday, then everybody will be happy.
It's going to be pretty cold on Friday.
Yeah.
Knowing you're from Texas, will this be the coldest game you've played? And if it's 15 degrees, and how do you adjust to that? And how does the coaching staff prepare?
You think it'll be the coldest game I've played in?
Well, I don't know where you.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, it's gonna be by far and away colder than any game I played in Texas. That's for sure. But it's one of those things. We'll manage it. You don't know until you get there. Kind of the wind and how chilly it'll be. But we practiced outside today, and I would say that it went pretty well. We're still able to operate the way that we've been doing. You just got to get out there and move around and kind of heat yourself up. It doesn't feel good. I would certainly take playing in 100 degrees over playing in 20 degrees. But you get out there and you start playing, and ball is ball at that point.
What's kind of the adjustments you have to make? I mean, those type of colder temperatures from a quarterback's perspective that you have to manage a little bit more carefully compared to a regular temperature.
I think that you just got to keep yourself kind of going. It's kind of easy to tighten up things like that, especially for like the receivers and stuff. But the benches are heated, and I think the heated field should have some effect. Hopefully the managers kind of keep the balls from freezing because that's tough to deal with. For quarterbacks, I'd say keeping your hands warm, or just keeping them from getting cold and losing feeling and things like that. So, just everything that you would do. I don't think there's any like extravagant measures that you take. So, and like I said, once you're on the field and you're kind of running plays, like it's hard to like think about it being cold when you're thinking about having to execute and things like that.
How's this Minnesota-Wisconsin rivalry compared to the Egg Bowl that you were got to participate in?
I think that's an interesting question. I haven't thought about that.
It's kind of regional in college football, right? Like
right.
Down
No,
there,
I've gotten to be a part of some cool ones. So I would say this one is unique to me just because of the history. I mean, this game's been played since the 1800s, and playing for the Axe, and before that you played for the Slab of Bacon, I believe. And so I just think there's a lot of cool history, and I think it's really unique because Wisconsin's the only D1 in the state. And I think that it just means so much to the state. And then Mississippi was very cool. There's a lot of hatred for sure in that one. I'm not saying there's not in this one, but I think the hatred in that rivalry really stands out. And I think that there's no pro teams in Mississippi, and so like that is the premier matchup each and every year. And so that was a really cool deal to be a part of. That game. Not this year, but traditionally is played on Thanksgiving night, and so similar to what we're dealing with, just being on a short week and kind of just having to, speed everything up, and you're running on fumes a little bit, and you're about to play the biggest game of the year, and but that was a cool one for me to be a part of. I was only there 1 year, but that year in particular, I think Ole Miss had started like 7-0, and they ended like 8-4, and we beat them at the end of the year, so it was pretty cool.
I think for you, I know you're focused on Minnesota right now, but just even as a student athlete, and you're your third year in college, but just how are you? Is it hard to reconcile just trying to focus on a game where the team does not have an offensive coordinator, or just who may be hired, or what could be in the future? Is it hard to reconcile kind of like focusing in on this game compared to what could be coming ahead?
Oh no, I just I don't know. I think it's a one day at a time. It's a 1 week at a time deal. This one really means a lot to me. I think obviously, I want to know what's ahead for the future of our program. I think anybody would say that, but not more so than I want to win this game and beat Minnesota. So, all I'm focused on right now, this week, every hour of the day, is doing what I can to be at my best on Friday. And I think everybody on our team would tell you that. And I just think it's because this thing is just so much bigger than myself. It's so much bigger than just our team. This thing runs back, like I said, all the way to the 1800s, and there's been just so many before us, and this game will continue to be played, and so it's really special that we'll be a part of history, and so that's what's at the forefront of my mind.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Thanks, Rachel.